live.
Live?
Yeah, we is. What would that be? What would that be? Hold on, wait. I've always wanted to just do this just for a little bit.
No worries.
Dude, I've always wanted to try that intro sound.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's dope as fuck.
Yeah, it's like just brings me back 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the classic rock. But we back. We back. Let's get the we back at it again.
Hell yeah.
Does that get you kind of lit, low key?
Yeah, that was nice. I like.
I'll tell you, anytime you hear applause and like some guitars, you're bound to go nuts.
Bro, all right, we're here back, ladies and gentlemen, with another Basik Konversations. Yeah, there's Natty.
Your boy.
This cookie is delicious.
Bro, it looks amazing. Was that macadamia?
Macadamia nut. I had to eat something before it gets too late.
Fair. You know, get your protein before.
You already know.
A little bit of carb. Doctor, you know that dude, Dr. Eddie Abu?
Eddie Abu?
Yeah,
no.
Dude. That's a sidebar, but just remind me at some point, like, he makes all like this health content that's like very specifically branded a certain way. You'll love it.
Branded?
Yeah, it's like the way he goes about it. He's just cussing all the time, and he's like from West Africa, so it's like,
so he's fine.
It's amazing. You just want to hear him just like talk the whole time. It's hilarious, but it's awesome. Anyway, but yeah, sidebar.
Anyways, Natty, how was your past week, man?
Bro, busy, man. Did some stuff. Did a pretty big event. Kind of here with Creativerse. We have a lot of events we run outside of just the pod and whatnot. So that was fun.
Do you want to get into that event?
Yeah, actually I can. It was Let the Beat Build and Creator. It was kind of like a partnered impact event, which there's not a lot of the specifics I can say. But as far as what the event was, we were just essentially just kind of, providing a space for kids to kind of learn more about music and really kind of themselves. It's like this really cool, I don't know how to put it, but it's essentially like mixing mental health with music production. It was really cool. I mean, super awesome.
I think you taught kids music production. What exactly did you teach them?
So it's interesting. It wasn't more so like, like what you would think like a course of beats where like you're learning like a skill set. It was like, all right, this is what, a beat is or what music is. Yeah. And here's how you can understand it. And now here's how you can make it. Go have fun.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, you could be an adult, you could be a kid. And it was just I think the coolest thing, and one of our team members pointed it out whenever we had like a review meeting like this past week. Whenever you see the kids go from like to like start like you got to hear mine, but you hear it, like what I mean. It's like it's 180. It's 180. So that was cool. That happened, but like that was like the fun part about it. Is like, oh, you're actually teaching them something. Like they get to do it the moment you tell them, which is rare usually, right? Like you usually have to like build up to stuff like that.
Exactly. I mean, you worked with kids before, no?
Yes, I did. I used to work at a Salvation Army actually in Arlington, Texas.
Okay, and
it was the YET, the Youth Education Town. Yeah.
YET. What exactly did you do? How was that?
I've
never, dived into what the Salvation Army, all does and
heck
how
yeah,
that environment is.
No, heck yeah, that's actually fun. Let's dive in. Fuck it. So that overall. So like I'll start with the overview and then work backwards.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Overall, it was the most amazing time. But it didn't necessarily feel like it for me because during that time, while all this was happening and I was like kind of working there, my head was like always somewhere else.
Okay.
But that being said, if I took that part out, some of the most amazing memories and some of the coolest like things I got to experience. And honestly, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, I probably would still be working there to some degree, which is kind of wild to say out loud. But it's like, if I think about it, it was kind of that environment. It was like, it's like a team family hybrid. It's not everyone's going to be there all the time. Like jobs change, management changes, but like it was the space to where the kids were consistent. Yeah. Because it was the same kind of community of kids and people to where it's like, like you get to see somebody grow and actually become like better off. You get to have an impact, which is, I think for somebody who doesn't like me growing up, I had a lot of luxuries in my upbringing and education to where I feel so many kids don't have that. So I feel like they need to at least be exposed to it. And I selfishly feel being exposed to me to some degree will help kind of give that to them, even inadvertently. And not in like a top-down sense, but like in a more so, I get to enhance my experience of life, and hopefully I get to enhance yours through something I'm able to give in value, which for me, which is ironic saying that out loud, because at the time, I swear to you, this is how I got the job. So a good friend of mine, Aaron Proctor, he was like working there at the time. And I guess I just put out he knew that I was like a musician at the church because we knew each other from church. And they were working at a music program for the kids in the summer. And he was like, hey, you know, like, he kind of just reached out casually once and just said, hey, just go for an interview. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not great with kids because I hate, like, at the time I hated kids with, you know, to a degrry they are annoying. But at the time I was like, nah, you know, fuck kids, like, right?
Hell
like,
no,
man, not even. But he was just, I don't know, something about the way he brought it up and just kind of how I felt about it, I just did it. And I remember going to that interview and just being like, yeah, I'm not qualified for this job. Like, I remember just blaming up, like, she's like, so why do you want to work here? I'm like, to be honest, I don't know if I should. Like, I don't think I'll do great with kids, but I'm really good at guitar. I can teach it. Okay. like I was like, so just, that's not what you say at an interview. But
you just said laid back and said,
no, I was just so
like, so whatever.
Yeah, I was just very transparent, and she was like, okay. And then like I found out like a week later, like I got the job. Actually the same day. I'm lying because the week later I got my information for the job because they got me on the spot.
Okay.
So it was like afterwards, she's like, yeah, you got it. I'm like, oh, cool. And then like I told Aaron I got it. He's like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Which I think he had something to do with that, to be quite honest, because I just, based off my performance, shouldn't have got it. But I did, and it started kind of like, I only did it ironically not for that long, like maybe a year or two max. And I want to say a year because I never did 2 full summers. So I only did 1 summer, and then I did like a fall season and a spring season leading into like the first 2 weeks of the next summer.
Okay. And then just
you
decided to leave, or
no? Yeah, I decided to leave, but it was kind of weird because I knew I could have stayed, but I wanted to purely focus on what Nightstand and kind of Greenhouse was forming to at the time. And then I just really took the bet because I'm very risk averse. I'll take the bet every time. I don't mind. I don't mind failing. So,
bet.
Yeah, which comes at a cost at times, which I'm okay with. But yeah, no, that was.
Say where?
Oh, I think it was well worth it. But I did feel the losses. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you feel the L's. It's not like a thing you want to do whenever you make decisions and sacrifices, but the goal and the reason why you want to do the decision you make usually pushes you through and kind of strengthens you, I guess. You know what I mean?
So what does that say? Would you say that's the biggest thing you learned out of, you know, leaving, and just courage?
That was definitely one thing. That was probably a big thing I'd say too.
Yeah.
But like there's
a couple. Feel like it was a big risk?
Yeah, I think it was. Because like outside of that, I've never really had an actual stable job. Like truly, like I do DoorDash here and there, but like that's only if I need to.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. But luckily, I haven't needed to in a while. But it's like, it's one of those things where that was a very long term decision I made in that moment, and I knew it, even though it didn't look like a long term decision. So, yeah, it was pretty big in that regard because like, taking the bet on yourself is kind of wild because I did get a job after that job. Yeah. And that was door knocking. Yeah. And that's, I mean, you've heard some stories, but it's just.
Well, I think I only know about the Chicago one.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. That's just, there was Chicago, but then it's like there was also Indiana.
Okay.
And then there's also Louisville, and then there's also Lexington, which Bogus was only there for the Chicago and Indiana.
Okay.
So like me and really the only other person I can really reach out to about that maybe Blair, but like. Yeah, I was about to say, like, you know, there's not that many people I can get up to talk about that season.
Okay.
Maybe my homie Austin.
You said a tough season? I
mean, not just tough, but, like, just a lot of stories.
Yeah.
A lot of stories. Actually, my homie Jake might have some. Actually, I'm gonna reach out. And you just real time that's happening, but like my head is like turning with who I could like give you the breakdown of that era. Because Bogus could give you a really fun breakdown of Indiana, Chicago.
Oh god!
But like the other stuff, because I was so like in my own world. Jake can definitely give you some stories, and then up until Cup season, because unfortunately Jake left Cup season.
Cup season?
Yeah, so like in door knocking, like at least in the company I worked at, they had like this Cup season where it's like it was like the end of the summer. It's like, hey, we got to get in all the accounts, so like we need to make something to like make it worth it. You know?
Like
so it's
sell as much as you can,
but it's like sports. So it's like making sales sports. It's
who's the best.
I'm telling you, it was probably the most coolest shit ever. Like they made it seem like the dopest shit ever, dude. Like, which it is, and it was, but at the same point, being on the outside looking in, holy shit, they did that. Like it's $1 billion plus company, like, you know, making a whole entire NBA within its own ranks. Kind of wild, but nevertheless, fun time. Learned a lot. I learned a fuck ton. Probably the best seasons of my life. Most stressful, but definitely the best. But yeah, no, the Salvation Army led into that. Ironically enough, I don't want to like tangentially get everywhere, but it taught me a good amount of stuff, especially with the kids. Like now, kind of like if I ever have the opportunity to work with children, it's like I'm aware enough of certain things that need to happen, or like other just stuff to where it's like, okay, I definitely like add value depending on where that is. You know what I mean? Like I've even taught kids like, you know, guitar. It's like outside of Salvation Army, just as clientele, it's just, it really just depends. You know?
I love that. How would you say about, you know, teaching kids these days? Like, do you think that you should always follow what they want, or like find a balance of, you know, doing what they want but implement what they should actually learn along the way?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I've heard some things, I've listened to some things to my podcast where like, you know, we should teach kids like financial literacy earlier. Yeah.
So it's interesting because I told myself I would get into reading more books on just like being like parenting and like just fatherhood and, you know, different shit like that. But the only thing I can really comment on that is like, I feel the biggest thing is to treat it like if you learn it, you have the opportunity to pass it on. Yeah. And that happens at any level of like, you know, intelligence, whether it's a child or an adult. You know what I mean? And so like when it comes to kids, my biggest thing is just like, just kind of meeting them where they're at. Yeah. Because anything outside of that is kind of, I won't say counterproductive, because I guess it could be productive if you want to be manipulative, but I believe in motivation over manipulation. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's much better. Like actually genuinely motivate them. Exactly. Because like you can manipulate, but I feel exactly. That is rooted in too many negative outcomes. Yeah. That you can always trust on motivation at the very least to like lead towards more positive outcomes, in my opinion. So to me, in that regard, I try to find any moment I can. Like I have like, you know, different, you know, kids or younger adults, I guess, that hit me up in DMs. That would just be like, yo, like, how do you do this? Like, it's not many, but you know, there's a select few that are just like, yo, I'm actually impressed by how you do this, this, and this. And I just try to be a motivator. I don't try to be like the dude is like, I don't think you'll make it or whatever. Yeah. Like, I'll just be like, oh, you know what? That's a different way of doing it, and I think you should look into what that looks like. But here's another way that could help you. And in terms of the classroom now, you are in a room. There is authority to be had comparatively to just like not being in a classroom. Yeah. So I think there is a discrepancy depending on like if you're teaching as opposed to like if you're mentoring. Yeah. Right. But yeah, like in the mentoring role, it's like, yo, meet them where you're at. But then like if you're teaching, it's like, hey, I am put in a position of authority above you. So if something happens to you, I am at fault. So you better listen to me because I'm on the line. Oh, okay. It's establishing you have to set what the authority is. Yeah. But then at the same point, you also have the responsibility to allow the room for grace. Because once you're a teacher, you're an authority figure. So you have to show to kids, you're teaching kids how they're going to respond to authority figures. So that's why I say the classroom is drastically different from outside. Because outside, we are humans. Yeah. Now we're not. There's no authority. Like you die, I die if we both get shot in the head, type of thing. You know what I mean? So there's no power games to be played. Yeah. But in the classroom, there is a power dynamic
Yeah.
because of the nature of what a classroom is and what needs to get done and the
Yep.
purpose of a classroom. But yeah, no, I would say definitely just in general, working with kids has helped me really develop a lot of that stuff and just being aware. You know?
Damn. Well, I completely agree. In simple terms, just like I've just played with kids a lot of times. I'm just good with kids regards, but I don't think I've ever had a setting where I had to actually teach kids besides my son. I mean, like
Fair. As a
besides-
father, yeah. Which is a totally different dynamic
Yeah.
than the classroom dynamic, without a doubt. Because you love, like, there's a relationship there too. So it's,
But I mean,
I would argue
overall,
that's
it's
almost
just-
more stressful.
Yeah, where I agree with like the manipulation, it's definitely like being a parent has like taught me a lot. It's overall it's a different world. I've loved it. It's,
Hell yeah, I bet. It's different.
It's taught me so
Young
much, bro.
Ellies.
When I think about it all the time, my son's fucking 9 years old and he's growing
Shout out.
so big, bro.
Sabertooth.
Man.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But shit, like where I get that, like you just definitely want to come to a place where they're at and understand things. I'm gonna put him out there, bro. This boy cheated on me in Monopoly.
Damn.
He was winning,
Yo, nah, you got to break that out. What happened? Was he trying to,
bro.
Well, he was just hiding the dollars?
This fool passed go, and so I'm usually the banker when we play.
Uh-huh.
And I was doing something. I was like, all right, just get the 200. And then right when I came back, this fool grabbed 400 instead. I was like, bro.
What you doing? He's trying to get that.
What are you doing?
If he ain't looking at the slip, he'll just think it's one. That's exactly.
It wasn't my only time I caught him cheating, but I let the other time slide. And then like when I saw this one, I was like, all right, bro.
Nah, what's up, man? What you doing?
Nah, we talked about it though. It was a good little moment, but it's and that's what I enjoy. Like for me, I guess with kids overall, you just want to be a trustworthy being, and you want to teach them. Want to have fun with them, but also teach them, I guess, good, not standards or good.
I guess principles, maybe.
Principles, there you go.
Probably principles.
You
Yeah,
want to have
I feel
fun
that.
with them, show them love. I think overall, just love.
Yeah, dude.
You want to show them love,
dog.
understanding.
The more I've read on like the topic, I will definitely say love seems to be like, how much can you make sure the child feels safe and like in this cocoon of care?
Yeah.
And in the early stages, right?
Yeah.
Because you still got to like, get them sort of like accommodated to just, life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has its own stresses. They'll kind of run into their own walls and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, yeah, that's actually I love that you pointed that out.
For real, man. And that's why I always say I do everything I can with my son. I love him as much as I can. I support him with, especially right now with him playing soccer. It's good we're teaching him these different things, and I can't wait to see what he like dives into overall. And I know you brought up like the music with the piano. I hope that we can find a balance with it all, because you definitely want to let a kid just enjoy everything that they possibly can, because especially when they're young, because right now with him being so young, and then once you finally select something, then you could just enjoy that ride with them and see where they can actually take off with the
skill,
either one or two skills or a variety.
That's actually a good point that you bring, like a variety, because like I think with kids there is the very rare occasion where you come across like a unicorn, so to speak, and like they maybe can do it all. And then like as a parent, then you gotta be like, okay, if my child is capable of this, where do I pivot them? Where do I allow them to grow? Because you have to be a structuring figure. So I can only imagine the stress of that. So I feel like that's very interesting. How like to that process of learning and letting them figure that out. I feel like as a parent that could be, I don't know. I just feel like I'd be stressed out during all of it, because I'm like, they can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just. But then I guess there's also a little bit of love to where you just know you'll support regardless.
Yes, sir.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, but it's crazy though. Just the thought of it. It's just because I'm such a like I need to plan shit type. Well, I'm not, but in terms of with people that are close, I like always try to think ahead. Stress me out.
Do you think you try to make plans like
too much?
You try to plan everything out too much.
I just need to map it out.
I'm stressed out when shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
He's like,
but here's the thing though. I've managed it. Like I've learned to emotionally be very like this when shit goes left. But
right.
At the same time, it's like I don't have to go this ham at any of this.
Yeah.
So room for growth.
Okay.
Yeah, room for growth for sure.
Let me take a bite real quick. Oh.
Sheesh, that macadamia nut is, man, crazy. Defiling that cookie. He is defiling the cookie.
Nom.
See that? Zoom in.
Zoom in, bro. Just slowly like zoom into the frame.
My gosh.
All right, so I guess we'll get into this real quick. Just get your intake, what you think about stuff, and your general opinion, Natty.
All right, man. Let's get into it.
Also, like one thing I want to talk about as we do these kind of podcasts. There's gonna be different variety of things we do as we continue to grow, but when we talk about this stuff overall, it's just our simple opinions. I feel like there's something we should put out there.
Right, like a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we I think there is a way to do that. What's it? The Joe Budden podcast. They have a disclaimer. They they bullshitted a disclaimer mid episode, and then that ended up becoming their disclaimer. God. No, I swear to goodness, they did that shit.
Disclaimer, just fucking.
But yeah, just this is our opinions. We're human beings.
Honestly.
Open to change too. So if you have a different opinion, like if you come at us with respect, we are open to
sir.
Adjusting. It's just come correct. I guess.
Yes, right? Sir.
Yeah.
Honestly, just it's about honesty and just real, and we'll respect each other's opinions as well. Which I hope we never get into like a conflict.
I hope not.
Like I've seen ways how people navigate through conversations. I hope to get that good as well, because I feel like I can't navigate some conversations well, because sometimes I just want to say the shit like straight up. Like,
as far as like address things like head on, but like I just feel like certain people aren't that way.
Yeah, because
like especially if you're a celebrity, like let's say we get to the point where we're talking to, like, bro, I can imagine some dodging.
But I mean, that's why I think if I really don't care about the conversation, I kind of just sway away from it, and I'm like, all right, agree to disagree, or just all right, you're not gonna see a different perspective of things, so all right,
fair. Honestly, that's a very interesting thought, because then it's like there is a thought to be thought after that, towards like, does that change how we bring people on? Like, you know what I mean? Because like how like we would address like I guess the conversations.
With me, I'm always willing to have another conversation. Like if you really,
if they really want to go that next level type of thing. Yeah, because that's an interesting thought. Like if you really think about like, let's like do the thought experiment of like you get somebody and then it's like, oh, goes left, but then that going left is like it doesn't close a door. It just went left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's an interesting thought to just, like how we would handle that,
I mean, shit, whatever.
Which that's my overanalyzing brain.
Whenever that happens, it'll happen.
Heck yeah.
Shit, there was something I wanted to say, but I forgot. So,
YOLO.
I'm going to bring it back to what I was bringing up. YOLO. So, food inflation, man.
Oh, no.
So, I was reading through my newsletters through the week, and I picked out just a few topics. The last one will, break down a little bit about Wrestlemania.
Okay. Hey, yeah. Hold on, wait.
Wrestlemania
40.
Yeah.
All right.
Last week we watched a little interview with The Rock and Roman Reigns, and then he had his predictions of who would win, which Cody Rhodes didn't win.
Yo, that's crazy. I put that on documentation too.
He's like, my predictions, Cody Rhodes gonna win. I was like,
that's lit. I was right, man. I should have. We got to clip that. No, I'm kidding.
Bring it back.
No, I'm kidding. No, that's crazy though. Yeah, we got to review that.
He said yes. So food inflation overall, just get into the topic, was something I guess I kind of didn't know, or I don't know, but I feel like food prices have almost, I guess maybe as a young, since you're not paying for so much,
fair.
Maybe you don't see the growth in prices of food, but I was reading that food came in at 5.3% in February in regards to inflation rates. But apparently, like the food items, and I guess it probably goes for every everyday item that you may buy, in regards that food prices slowly increase. But the thing is, even now, then people say that they get in less for like their buck, so they feel like they do get
like the portion.
They get lesser portions of their. Of the food they're getting. And sometimes I don't know if you've buy a lot of fruit, but I kind of feel like I've noticed that with some fruits. But I mean, I say strawberries, you do still see the big cases, but there's been moments where I've only seen like a smaller bits of case of maybe 6 strawberries, and
I know exactly what you're saying, because
sometimes they are shortening the portions.
I think they are, but I don't know the reason for, because what my family do is like, because I do grocery shopping, but I don't do it. So like the last time I did solo shopping was like, man, back when I was like knocking, like door knocking, those days. And like,
what year would you say that is?
how like 2020, 2019. So like ever since then, I've really like, it's been mostly just family shopping, which we have a very particular way. Like we get fruit, but the fruit we get is very like bananas, oranges, and then apples, right? Like those fruits, and then anything extra is like we're doing something with it, like pineapples.
Yeah. Okay.
Filling
You
them, like,
do a
right?
lot with pineapples?
Yeah. We just slice them up, and that's like the week of fruit, just like right there in the fridge. It's amazing.
Bro, I love pineapple, but I get lazy with cutting it sometimes.
I'm telling you, there's devices out there now.
For real?
Before there didn't, and my family just do it by hand, which they still do.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, you can get one of them cutter things,
like
bro.
a knife with like,
yeah, just shit that just cuts it for you.
That's how you usually do it, man. I'm like, fuck.
Bro, it's just, that's kind of where technology is taking it, and it makes, to me, it makes eating healthier much more accessible.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know, I'm always for that shit. But yeah, no, it's odd. Just inflation in general, just like the nature of it with the food, because I have noticed it in portion, but like it's not drastic, but I've just seen it in passing. Like even whenever you like weigh out your vegetables, and like, you know, when you go weigh out however much that is, the amount of cost for an ounce is different than it used to be. Like that was in the cents, now it's in the dollars. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's not so much that you're like, holy shit, but like, but it's enough to like, damn, if you pay attention to numbers, and budgeting, there is a marketed increase.
Which for me, I feel like with groceries with me, I kind of just get what we really need and some of, I guess, what we want, but.
Definitely the rice, man. That's a main staple in our house.
Rice, I always getting the rice, bro.
It's necessary, I think. I'm just not necessary, but beneficial.
No, it's very beneficial. I mean, I would only say it's almost necessary just because I eat rice every day, and it's just like a great. I don't know. It's a good carb. It's a good carb. Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be some random ass doctor that's gonna say otherwise. But to me, it's a good carb. Dude, I think it's a good carb.
I need to learn how to make the Chipotle lime rice. That shit's delicious, dog. I was telling a friend.
I will go over to your place if you make that.
Bro, I need to start getting more into I feel like it's the easiest shit to make. I guess it's just the manual work it takes, but making bowls.
See, I do feel bowls like you need to understand a certain level of like cooking, like ingredients, and then you'll be able to make any bowl just intuitively.
Because I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, I want a couple vegetables like the peppers, maybe some lettuce, onions. The chili lime rice, or is it just the lime rice?
Yeah.
The lime rice, some steak, the beans and then what's the one thing? The salsa, the guac. But you got to make the guac if you're gonna do your own bowls.
Correct. Yeah, and which is not the wildest to make your own guac. Surprisingly,
no.
That one of the things, it's not as crazy.
I made some. I got shit, and then I'm probably gonna make some guac and salsa this weekend because I got the shit for it.
Do it, man.
But
if you take the next month, make a fajita while you're at it, man.
Make a what?
Fajitas while you're at it.
Oh, bro. I only have some steaks on, but fajita. I should go buy.
Because I think what's it called? There's what is it? It's like the carniceria, but it's not a carniceria. It's like the store, not just the meat itself, but like the store for that stuff that has meat. It's nearby.
Yeah, carniceria, no?
That's what it is?
Yeah.
It has both? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so the carniceria is where they sell the meats like pre-marinated.
Yeah, but they also have like the fruit and the groceries in the same building.
Well, yeah. There's supermarket. I don't think there's ever really a specific carniceria. Most of them are, tied with like a.
Got you. Okay, I didn't know if there was their own
grocery store.
Got it.
I don't
makes
think
sense.
I've seen one.
Because I know like there's like butchery shops, but like I didn't know if there was
I'm sure there's like butcher shops somewhere, but I
got you. Okay, cool. No, we're on the same page there. Okay. But yeah, there's one nearby, and I know they do like the marinated meats already. Damn. So you might be able to fuck around.
Bro, I have yet to do marinated meats. One thing I want to do, perhaps like a next wrestling event or something. I'm gonna buy a pound of discada. Oh, that's just so fire, bro. I'm actually kind of mad. Before I even talk about what it is, I'm mad because on Easter. I was with the family and everything, and then I was telling my dad, I'm like, hey, we haven't had a discada in a while, and he's like, yeah, you're right, this and that, and then my uncle heard, and he's like, oh, you're right, yeah, we haven't had one, and they were like, let's do one next week. I was like, all right, and they never let me know if they actually were gonna do it or not, because he said he was like, we'll let you know, and then they did it. Well, I mean, honestly, I went to the gym and everything, so I don't know if I would have made it. But I was like, damn, my parents didn't tell me, bro.
That hurts.
I was a little low key hurt.
No, I'll be hurt too. I'm like, damn, I've been looking.
I was like, y'all did the discada without me, dogs. Hey. But discada overall is like 5 different meats: steak, bacon, some sausage.
All the good ones, man.
Bacon, steak, and sausage. I think it's pork too. Some pork.
So not halal. My non halal friends.
I'd have to double check, but I mean, you could just buy it at the carniceria, and that shit's just fucking mad fire, dog. Either make a couple of tortas and some tacos.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Make some tortas.
I haven't made tortas in a while.
Tortas, that's
another thing.
That's
I
a
feel
bag,
like, bro.
That's a bag. If you could get the torta bag,
that's I think overall that's my favorite food.
I would agree. Like at Demos, like whenever we go,
bro. Demos, bro. I don't, you still gotta try at this one place. It's they actually have their own spot around White Settlement on the west side. But I think they are at the Parks Mall, the Hewlett Mall for sure. They used to be at the Ridgemore Mall. I don't think they're there no more though. But Master Taco. Bro,
okay.
I'm telling you, this is good. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but every time I've been there, they hook it up with like the meat.
Okay, at the moment you say hook up, that's cool. Because like to me, like
I feel like they put a good portion, sometimes more.
Shout out to Kava in Arlington. They hook us up with the meat too. If you're in Texas, go to the Kava in Arlington. I haven't been to
Kava yet. I want to try it. So
dog,
bad.
You got to. The one in Arlington is the best one. They as you're referring to this place, Master Taco with the meats. The Arlington Kava helps you out with the meat.
Is there one in Fort Worth?
Yeah.
You've been there?
Yep.
Not good?
Comparatively.
Respectfully?
Respectfully, the Arlington one is the best one, but the Fort Worth is holding it down if you need it. Holding it down. But yeah, if you ever want to try the best one.
Bet.
Go to Arlington.
So,
but that's besides the point.
Besides good food.
Phenom.
I mean, honestly though, with I guess over that, how do you feel if you really put it in perspective with food gradually increasing, even though if it's not at the most noticeable pace, but it could be within, maybe even then, sometimes we really don't pay attention. At least I don't sometimes, because it's just overall like, all right, I got to buy this shit. But it seems like there is like a struggle currently with people asking for more wages, but then not realizing that it also drive the food cost. But then even then, if they don't raise the wages and pay stays the same, and it still gradually increases in their own slow rate, food still gradually grows. But how is it gonna really? How can you fix that in the end? Like I don't.
No, I mean I think I don't think you're asking an invalid question. I feel like that's a question people ask, but then it's like whatever's been getting done to solve that, I feel is handled by a certain group of people that isn't the masses. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know how else to put it. It's like that's like next level economy, bro. Like I feel like
next level economy.
I feel like I really gotta read into it. But what I will say though on the topic, it's like I feel the biggest thing you can do as a person is be educated. And then always find a way to generate value in whatever market you're in. And I feel that goes, that's such a general statement. Because it's like, it can mean anything. Like, what if you're a teacher? What if you're a athlete? What if you're a influencer? What if you're a musician? I feel that applies in all senses. Like, what is your market? Be so aware of what it is you're providing value towards or how you're contributing to society.
Yeah.
And because we're in a capitalist society, you have the opportunity and some would argue the luxury of making moves to move up that ladder. And I feel like it's probably the harshest reality of capitalism, which can make it good or bad. I'm not, it's the youngest, I would say, of most civilizations that the style that the U.S. government has. So it's like, what if it runs to its end sooner rather than later? And then we get to see that was the formula. Then it evolves into something else. Possible. It's happened before. You know what I mean? We haven't lived through it, but it's happened before. So I feel like with inflation, that's just a symptom. That's like kind of one of the things that comes with civilization growth and because of our unique government style and economic style in the time we are in history. All of those factor in things we can't factor in that lead into where we're at. So the one thing everyone can do to like at least combat it is to be as valuable as you can.
And where do you want to? In regards to that, in regards to making money, would you say is there where would you want to be financially where you feel like a lot of outside variables aren't affecting you?
I think I've done some number crunching, and I feel the number I need to hit for myself is 450 a year, 450,000.
Yeah, you know that apparently the American dream, it takes like 3.5 million to have in your bank if you want to live the current American dream, I guess.
Which is wild. Like because here's the thing, I have factored in the things I want in life and the type of life I want to lead, and 450 a year gets me there.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
But to the passionate and ambitioned youth, that number makes a lot of sense, because it's like in your head you're thinking, okay, I want to live this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and this way. You rack that shit up. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people are like want to be millionaires, like, you know.
Would you be on like some Rick Ross spending or like J. Cole spending?
Here's the
J.
thing.
Cole seems like he spends a bit, but he's like, nah, I'm just.
I feel like my spending would be. Oh, that's a really good question. My spending would be seasons of Kanye spending. With
what is Kanye spending?
Kanye spending is I will buy a whole damn building to get this whole creative concept off. Like, and if it doesn't work, shit.
Did he like rent the land in the area where he was recording the album in the desert or something?
Yeah. It's just like he'll do shit like that. Like that was one thing. I think he did that, but it wasn't in the desert, it was somewhere else. But like the point is he did that. You know, like, some shit like that. Where it's like, yo, he will rent a stadium for a weekend and live there. Like there will be seasons of that, because let's say I have a creative vision and that's necessary to execute that creative vision.
You would do that?
I would. But it's like I would do it in a manner. Like I would really try and make sure I am in a position to where that even makes sense before I did that. That being said, though, what's it called? With the just with the spending in general, it would very much be like, okay, what do I need to live in the most comfortable, out of the way place that's not populated and not like celebrity central, but centralized enough to where if I need to be available, I am accessible. I lived there, like DFW Metroplex, which it's getting busier and it's going to grow busier.
Yep.
But there are sections within the DFW Metroplex that are very well away from places. And if I want to get active and go international, I'm in freaking south of America. Like I can go some places from here.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good, nice spot centrally in the States to kind of be here or Chicago. You know what I mean? So it's like I've thought of enough things and variables where it's like, yo, I only need a certain amount of money and I'm chilling. Like literally, I'm living like what I would perceive to be a god. But the world would see like, yo, you got 450, just you? Because that's just me solo, single living. Now, if I'm not single living, I need to be looking at 7 figures and above.
Okay.
For the type of life I want to provide my family and kids. But I don't want to even be thinking about that right now. I want to enjoy life first, so then once that time comes, I can do that. At least for me, right? The way I'm setting my life up. So, $450 a year. Once I hit that comfortably,
got it.
Everything is investing. Like everything is just into an investing account. Like, yo, where do I want to put this money? But I got to get there because the first 100,000 is incredibly hard to do. Well, that's a lie. First mil, I think, is incredibly hard to do.
Yeah, the first mil.
The first 100,000, you just have to sell really well, which I'm okay at selling, even though I've done door to door before. But it's because I need to be sold on what I'm selling to really do it at its max value. But I understand the ability and what's necessary to be great. Okay. So now I just got to put in the work.
Yeah, exactly.
So which is awesome because I know what I need to do.
There you go. And it's all about just doing it. And
without a doubt.
And then of all things, as usual, but do it.
Literally, just do it, man. And then from there, you'll figure it
out. So the next thing is, how do you feel about robo-taxis coming from Tesla?
Oh, yeah. I heard about that shit.
So,
what's I guess the cliff notes on that? Like,
no, it ain't. It's just
it's going to be announced?
It's short and simple, really quick. It's already announced.
Okay, it's already announced.
Musk, he announced that for August 8th. He already has a date for it. So August 8th apparently is when they're coming out.
Got it. So that's actually the launch date. Got it. Okay.
So the only thing I really put down is it could be a smart move because Tesla has right now gone through a lot of things, or really just Elon in general. And then it seems like recently, from what I've been reading a lot of people are buying more hybrids rather than EV now, just because I feel like right now there is a struggle with, competing with the EV market and with, I guess, charge times for cars and how long they run, I guess. And
got you.
I mean, some current accidents with the auto drive in Tesla cars, because there's been accidents where people died in like the autopilot.
Yeah, I have heard of those.
And I guess the Cybertruck didn't do too well either, and I guess their predicted sales. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, I think it's just a good move because maybe robo-taxis, if they could do it right, it's just self-driven cars, and it'll just be a competitive market to like Lyft and Uber.
Maybe. I'm curious because wouldn't SpaceX still have the patent? Maybe not. I don't know. But if they don't, then lit. If not, there's still a monopoly potential there. But outside of that, though, that's actually an odd. I don't know how I feel yet. Because in theory, as with most things, right? I always feel like with most things, it's theory. But like in theory, that should be fine. But then I'm always trying to think of.
You're scared.
Chaos is so real. Chaos theory is such a real thing. And
you think it'll take you somewhere?
No, I just feel like it won't even be like a rerouting. I'm curious, like maybe 6 months to a year of it being implemented, and I'll probably have my final thoughts. But all my anxieties and overanalyzing is like, man, I just perceive a car to like, what if it accidentally gets off course and then goes off a bridge?
Oh, God.
And then now, if you don't get out of that car in time, you're in a car that's sinking that could like lock itself out because there's no human with a key.
So I don't. Tesla, the seats themselves, I wonder, do they still let you take out the head thing? I never tried that. I've only been in a Tesla once.
My homie has a Tesla, so I can try it out at some point.
Because apparently the only, from what I've read, the safest way to get out of a car if it plunges into like a body of water is taking out the head thing and bashing the back as much as you can with the things, because apparently that's what the head seats are for as well. That's why they're able to be taken off, so you could bash it.
Okay, that's hard. So, I didn't know that. No, hey,
remember that.
That's for me and for people that we know. But yeah, I feel like that's like the only thing, like kind of one of the main things.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to bring it up real quick just because, I mean,
it's exciting though.
Like, yeah, it's just interesting and see what goes on for Elon, because again, not besides it being interesting as well, like I've been investing in stocks like little by little, so I've been trying to pay attention to these things. They've been going through a lot, Tesla and Elon, because that's the thing, he's doing a lot with like the SpaceLink X, dealing with the sales of these cars and the Cybertruck, and then now he wants to do the robo-taxis. I mean, now he's trying to implement robo-taxis.
Yeah. Would you say it's because he's trying to find that next piece of product to get the company to its next level? Do you feel like they're running under, or what do you think? What are your thoughts? At least from what you're seeing.
For me, I'm just. I think for me, from my perspective, maybe he is just, with robo-taxis overall. Yes, he's trying to find something to bring him back up, like give him more potential feedback. Because again, a lot of things has been making them go like not too downhill, but it's affecting them.
Got you.
But I think just from what I get from it, it's like, you should be careful with taking on a lot of things.
Fair. He's an ambitious guy.
Yeah, for real though.
He's a really ambitious dude, and some people have really strong opinions on him. I don't. What I do have on him though is just like I'm more impressed. Like, I feel like that's the one thing I have, like every time I see him or like a situation he's in. Which, he may say some dumb things in certain situations, but who doesn't? Yeah. Like, I feel like in general, like overall, what I see with him, dude's just, he has a very clear mission.
Yeah.
And like, because a dude has a very clear mission, I can at very least predict where you would value your time and efforts. And it seems to be he does it and consistently. So at the very least, he's not dishonest in how he goes about things.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's a dishonest person, man.
Maybe a bit too idealistic, perhaps. But dishonest? I don't know. I feel he seems to be one of the very few authentic people at that level. At that value of how much money a person can make. Real. He seems to be the most, or not the most, that's a lie. One of the more, but he's also a public figure and a celebrity. So I feel like that's speaking in
Background
relative.
shit.
Yeah, that's speaking in relativity because I wouldn't say that's like you couldn't hold anybody in that level of, I don't know, just echelon.
He's
of,
still up there for a reason.
Yeah, like there's, I don't know. You can't say too much on character. I'll leave it at that.
I mean, I feel like right now, anyways, they're kind of. I feel like they're doing him right now, like they're trying to do Trump. You know, they're bringing the guy down as much as they can.
Which is, I mean, that's what happens with people of that level of success and visibility. I just, you know, if he'll make it, he'll make it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's sad reality, but it's
honestly,
true.
Though.
That's sad reality, but it's so true.
That's just how it is.
Unfortunately, we're not close enough for me to have emotional investment. But I will say, what he's done is a good like example for what's possible. And that's all that matters, in my opinion. Like, he disrupted a market and made something out of it.
Damn right.
So if you have plans like that and goals and visions, here's a human being that did that, and this is how their story turned out. Learn from it, you know?
So boom.
Yeah. You know, I would say he's still successful, but it's like...
Oh, no, he is. He's an overall smart guy, like you said. I don't think he's dishonest at all. So, I mean, I think again, besides him saying some stupid shit.
Which, I can...
Because he can't be out of pocket. But,
hella. And I think that's ironic how he's like the owner of the running X.
What did he say? He said, like, fuck you on a live interview.
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
like, damn, bro. Okay, I get you're angry, but shit.
What's it called? As the kids would say, hella based, bro. Fucking based god right there, man.
Fuck, bro. But I mean, I respect Elon no matter what. And I'm curious to see where these robo-taxis go.
Yeah, man. I may try one. Who knows if it's affordable?
It's for real, right? We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
So we could check out that article for
Wrestlemania.
What is it? Get into our thoughts, guys.
WrestleMania 40 shatters multiple WWE records to become the highest grossing event in company history. Article by Joe Otterson. Shout out.
This is good to watch. WrestleMania 40. Good time to watch, man.
Dog, okay, so as somebody who's been getting back into his love for wrestling, if not expanding it more, man, I am so glad I got back when I did.
Yeah.
Because I started back like paying attention last year-ish. Yeah, last year-ish, really. Really in the last couple, like 8 months, but more so last year. Shout out to the homie CJ. Kind of being the gateway drug back into it. But
bro, I've been enjoying the live events, man.
The pay-per-views have been fun. All the pay-per-views, just WWE just knows, especially post Vince McMahon era, Triple H era, whatever this is. I love it.
Yeah,
we're here for it.
He's just done like great. From what I've seen, he's done a pretty great job.
Heck yeah. I mean, dude, this WrestleMania. I mean, we had CM Punk. We had Randy
Cena,
Orton, John Cena. Man, that's...
boy.
I honestly
saw some clips from Monday Night Raw too, and it seemed like a very interesting night.
Man, I really need to look at the highlights again because, to be honest, like whenever it's like Mondays, I know what happens during Raw, but like it doesn't register, especially after like if we have like a bunch of shit going on in the studio. But like from what I remember, we have a great season start. Like Backlash is like the next thing we're looking towards right now, I believe. So
I think that is the next
so it's like, you know, it's looking great. Like, you know, we got the big three now. We got a lot of cool shit, and it's not confirmed. We'll find out tomorrow, but like maybe there's a rumor. I think it was disproved, but there was a rumor, something about like Roman Reigns maybe retaining like the WWE like thing because it was like SmackDown and Raw made it separate, but then there was like Undisputed. But on the website, like Cody Rhodes still has Undisputed, so I don't perceive that to happen.
No, that's weird.
But this Friday I think is going to be the other season beginning. You know what I mean? That we're going to see. That it kind of like it gets us back into like the Raw, you know, SmackDown back and forth until we build the narratives back. Okay, all right. So real quick on this, because this article has data on kind of what made it so huge, because there was the final day of WWE on Sunday, Triple H he ran over some of the numbers for the event as far as like what they did, but this seems to have broken it down. So for context, there was another event, NXT, which for those who don't know, NXT is kind of like the, you know, G League of WWE's, you know, major league, right? And their event brought in 16,545 people, which is the most ever for an NXT event at the Wells Fargo Center over in Philadelphia. And just that's
a lot of people.
So just for context, my homie had to put me on game. CJ had to put me on game. It was like on average they do like 2 to 3, I think it was 2 or 3K.
Yeah.
And then like certain events will do like 4 or 5 or maybe even 6. So they
that's
did that.
Big jump.
So
bro.
yeah, so that just to like give context for that number. At least for me, that's what I remember when he broke it down for me.
Okay.
And so on social media, there was over 660 million views were generated across WWE social channels, while WWE YouTube channel had its biggest day ever on Sunday with 67 million views in 24 hours, which is, for all accounts, insane. WrestleMania 40 featured a number of smash hit matches, most notably the WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes on night 2. Which who won?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes won.
Yeah.
I have a winning prediction. I wish I made a lot of money because I made so much bet.
He said bet.
Oh man, I bet. Man. Anyway,
I'm curious. Actually, what the rest of I wonder if
there are prize picks. If they get on, I think they're already on a DraftKings.
For real?
Yeah, yeah. I think they're already on DraftKings. But if they're on Prize Picks, that's what I'm doing because Prize Picks has been the one I've been looking at. So Prize Picks, please, if you want to sponsor. But if not, that's fine. But that's the one I'm looking for, the WWE. If they put WWE on there, you do not understand. I'm putting a budget aside.
I'll put some money down for WWE.
No, because it's just like it's storylines. It can go either way. It's genuinely either way usually. And if somebody messes up real time, it's like, oh damn. Well, then I wasn't paying attention to the story. You pay attention to the story, and you get rewarded, baby.
Yeah, I agree that it could go either way. But I do sometimes for the owner. If obviously in the end you could be surprised. That's what I'm saying. But sometimes I like to look at them and I'm like, the one I did dislike. It was a very interesting match. I did love it, but I felt like Jake Paul's match was guaranteed his win.
Oh yeah. Because here's the thing: it's like the story they're telling is like, of course. Now, what I would feel on a business level, on like that level, I feel they would have to do like how many hits did he get in, or like, he like how many of this secret
I think he's a good wrestler overall.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. That's what he's proving every time, which is making it more interesting for me to be like, all right.
Yeah, no, he could do shit in wrestling, and so that's why I respect him overall. It's just because I'm a biased Randy Orton fan. I love Randy Orton, dude, so I was like, Randy Orton win.
Come on, Randy Orton, please. Which he can make another. He's young enough to make another run.
Bro, that fool was he got bigger. That's what he did.
Dude, speaking of,
he's like,
no, dude, his freaking head, like it's like a One Piece character. Just freaking, you can't see his neck.
He actually went through evolution.
Literally, he evolved. He's not a human anymore. Actually,
fun
fact. Golly, love you, Randy. But I will say this on that in the WrestleMania, not just Randy Orton, but another guy, John Cena.
It was great to see him.
Came out. He after like in the press afterwards and all that after WrestleMania 40, he made it clear that he only has one more run left in him.
Yeah,
one more. Just so whatever he kind of alluded to what the plan was, but maybe that changes, maybe it doesn't. But he does have one more round of energy in him.
I love that.
I don't know when he's going to do that, how he's going to go about it for real, but that's just the thing. Like this WrestleMania gave us a lot.
He'd be like that important side character.
That's the thing. He's not. He's the main. Like he's like
the main, though.
He's like if the so think of it this way. It's like if the okay, that's actually fair. In terms of like One Piece, he would be like the Shanks or like the Mihawk to the wrestling community. So it's like he's the main character. Like you could probably clown on maybe how OP he is, but like he's very much a main character. Like granted, he's not like a Brock Lesnar, which is like Brock Lesnar would probably be more like a Roger, because it's like, or Whitebeard rather, because it's he's somebody you can measure the strength of everybody else by, because he was such a dominant force, right? He was. So John Cena is more of like he kept the show going on, he kept the lights on, he tried the things, and whenever he listened to, he was a product of the people.
Yeah, he's done
in a way of sense, which is ironic because The Rock is like the people's champ.
Attitude adjusting Big Show and shit like that,
dude. All that
boy put some weight on him
for real. But it's that was another one to see. And then one of my favorites, personal favorite actually, Undertaker.
Ooh.
Surprise Undertaker.
Oh,
showing.
dude, yeah, that was very
Dog,
surprising.
live,
dude. I was expecting,
live when it happened,
Austin.
I screamed. Yeah, because we thought it was Stone Cold. Yeah. So
Stone Cold.
it seemed like the foreshadowing was Stone Cold Austin was going to come out, but Stone Cold Austin was going to come out, but didn't happen. Which you can almost argue that could have probably been a bigger moment. You could argue.
Yeah.
You could argue it. But the fact that The Undertaker came the way he did, and because to me, it was like, how are you going to get The Rock out of the situation? For context, for those not understanding, night one was The Rock versus Cody and Seth Rollins with Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah.
So 2v2, right? Rock with Roman and then Cody with Seth. But then night two was just Cody and Roman. And the biggest thing was, because they won night one, they being Roman Reigns and The Rock, the bloodline was ruling. So anything could happen. And because that, everyone's like, how the hell is The Rock going to be dealt with? Because even if John Cena comes out, right, which John Cena did, Rock came as a counter. So it's like, what are we doing here? How are we going to survive? What's going to happen? Solo Sikoa, all these dudes, like, what's going to happen? Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. And then The Undertaker, because it's either Stone Cold Austin or The Undertaker. Like, come on.
The spear Jey Uso gave was good.
That was beautiful. It was great. Especially off stage, beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, The Rock, there's only a handful of people that could deal with The Rock, and I think The Undertaker was a good call.
Undertaker just came, boy, took him away, just ghosted him.
Which, fun fact, it was, what was this? John's first match for WWE in a tag team since 2016.
Johnson?
The
Rock?
The Rock. Wow, John Cena. I said John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
Right. But so crazy numbers. And I think, so for the, what's it called, the event itself, there it is. Okay, those are the numbers I want to see.
There you go.
So WrestleMania itself took place over 2 nights at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? Yeah. Per WWE. The gate for the event was up 78% compared to the previous record set during WrestleMania 39, which was 145,298 in attendance across both nights this year. So this company's viewership was up 41% versus last year, while merchandise sales in partnership with Fanatics was up more than 20% over last year. AKA, they scaled like a motherfucker.
I don't know. You think it seems like a lot more people are into the WWE universe, you'd say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, it's just, in the past year, and this is more like the Natty meter rather than actual data. Like, this is like Natty meter, purely talking. But I've noticed the, like, cultural zeitgeist of WWE being more and more apparent, like, culturally. Like, even to the point where, like, ESPN's, like, covering it now to the degree it is.
Yeah.
Like, which I'm trying to it's not the first time, but it's just more prevalent, I guess, maybe. At least as far as I've been paying attention. And so,
making a thing. Look at that belt.
Yeah, dude. And the thing is, that was the night of. Like, they already changed the sides because that was.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Different sides, yeah.
Yeah, he already got like the side plates changed, but he didn't announce that he was changing the belt, which is odd. But time could change. Who knows? Right now, it's just the side plates is the only thing that have changed. Okay. To my knowledge. But yeah, no, it's crazy. My personal favorite belt's the People's Champs belt, which, just for context for you, unfortunately, listeners can't really see it, but if you can, just Google People's Champ belt, y'all, and you'll see what we see. It's this one. I
think that's the one. The current one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick as fuck, though.
Yeah, it's like the bull on it, bro. Yeah, that's the current one.
Gee, look at that.
Craziness.
It's out. It's more out. It's more.
Oh, yeah. That's my shit. That's the type of shit I'm here for.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, give me the People's Champ shit. Like, come on, man. Look at that. Crazy.
That's the Rock's belt.
Nevertheless, I think it was like the title was bestowed upon him because Muhammad Ali used to have it initially, but
okay,
I think he got the blessing. He got the blessing for it.
Yeah, he did talk about it.
So, yeah, man, just pretty badass all around. WrestleMania 40, like great weekend. Dude, there's not many things one can really enjoy to that degree in that way. And WWE is one of the very few things in this current timeline that we're in that I'm just gives me that entertainment.
I love it. Yeah, it's definitely good entertainment, man. I love it for sure. That's why I enjoy the pay-per-views. I actually tried getting back into the early ages of wrestling, try to watch it little by little. But man, these things are an hour long, so I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for this.
No, they're huge. Like I feel like it's more fun. Just get into it real time, and then you educate yourself whenever you get time. You know what I mean? Because that's what I've been doing, and it's been fun. Like I think the biggest thing that I was really a fan of as I've been getting outside of just WWE is like New Japan.
New Japan.
That's like the shit. I'm like, yo, those dudes.
So you've like watched it?
Yeah, just like different things. Like they had, I was watching a video series with CJ, I think a while back, even on my own time with what was it? It was like a evil faction, a heel faction, Bullet Club. You know,
Bullet
Club, like one of the biggest ones. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And Kenny Omega and all these different dudes who like kind of go back and forth between New Japan and all that. Fun, it's just cool shit to know. Like it just gets you into the world, and it's just fun because at the end of the day, just dudes just fucking drop kicking dudes, girls drop kicking girls, which is also one of my favorite things to watch, by the way. So it's just like, come on, it's the most controlled form of chaos that's not truly chaotic in a sense. So I'm here for it. It can get though, but not too crazy.
I respect that.
But yeah, no, we stand it. We stand it.
I don't have anything else to add. Is there anything you'd like to touch on, Natty?
You.
I mean, damn.
And there it is. There it is. Basic Conversations. We have entered the LGBTQ. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, yo.
Sir. No, dude. Honestly speaking, like this week, I guess as far as like creatively, I've a bit been out the loop, but I did find out something fun today. We have some, I guess, friends of the pod, if you will. Our homies AWOL and Chroma, they have a show coming up on 420.
Okay.
And due to a recent announcement about Camp Flognaw coming to Dallas, they might be on that ticket.
Camp Flognaw?
Yeah, so Camp Flognaw, for those who don't know, that's Tyler the Creator. That's like his festival.
Oh, yeah, I did see a post about it. They leaked the track list.
Somebody leaked that it's coming to Dallas. And so he was like, hey, some idiot. He confirmed it on Twitter, apparently by like a backhand saying someone released the details about Dallas. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Which, will it still happen? Hopefully.
It seems like a good
if it does,
lineup.
Our homies seem to be on the lineup for that, which
hell
for those of you who don't listen to Chroma. They're like a Chicano hip-hop group as well. Not even hip-hop group. I'll call them like a creative, like just music group in general, because like they do a bunch of stuff, but hip hop is kind of like the main vibe.
All right.
But it's like their take on it.
I need to.
But yeah, no, Chroma, freaking amazing. And then AWOL, he's super dope too. Y'all should check him out. Like
I know AWOL, but Chroma, I don't think I met.
Nah, you gotta. I'll play you a quick snippet for the fans. You know, why not? Let's play a little something. Just because we're at the tail end. Because this is really all I had on the docket, TBH. This is their biggest song, I guess, that people would know. But this is one I like. Oh, hold up. We almost... There it is. Now it's in our ears. All right. Let's start again. This is the one I'm like... When I hear this, I'm turned.
I'm turned.
Just love that hook.
Please don't go, stop running,
Yeah. And it's just like this vibe. Like this is like my favorite record, I'd say.
I gotta listen to more of them for sure. I'm curious about them now.
No, dude, these are the dudes. They like right around here. What's it called? This is the one like that's kind of there. It's like their big one, kind of.
What you said? I'm sorry, baby, but I'm all out of love. What you said? See, I've been saving it for somebody else. Got me saying why, got me saying why, got me saying I'm sorry, baby, but I'm all out of love.
Yeah.
What you said? I hope you know it's gonna be hard to find another motherfucker, a lover like me. It's no other, it's no other. Yeah. I hope you know it's gonna be hard to find another motherfucker, a lover like me. It's no
I like this
other,
one.
Yeah.
it's no
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like this, dog, Chroma. That's it, Chroma. You gotta know what it is. You know what it is? Chroma, AWOL, 420 show, but then maybe they got catfalls. Now who knows? Who knows?
Heck yeah.
But yeah, man, that's all I got for the music vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think what else we got. I'm trying.
Honestly,
Nah, man. Like that's kind of it. Stay tuned. I might be streaming this summer soon. So
streaming. What would you say you're streaming?
so check it out.
League
This
of Legends.
so this is gonna be the plan. It'll be 4-hour streams.
1
hour for music production.
Okay.
1 hour for drawing.
All right.
1 hour for gaming, and then 1 hour for chat and reactions. That's gonna be my 4-hour stream.
Okay.
Now, you know, when I execute it, we're gonna see what the vibes are, but that's the whole goal. I'll do an hour of music shit, hour of drawing shit,
Yep.
hour of gaming,
I think that's an interesting concept.
because like the point of a stream is to be entertaining and have fun. And for me, I don't mind being me. I have zero issues being me. That's not the issue. My issue is, where am I being me? Where am I at? Like, what's the context? So that way I know I'm like being me in the most productive way. And to me, a stream, it's like the one way I can actually like cultivate an audience of people that I'm like, yo, I can talk to y'all and actually like, we have something here.
Yeah.
We have something special here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I want to do for like my streaming. So just gotta do it. Fuck it.
Yes,
I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna make music, I'm gonna play games, and we're gonna talk about bullshit.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Or not bullshit. That hour could be very productive. Who knows? But
I feel like it's a lot of potential, and all you got to do is execute. I see.
Exactly. That's all it is. Yeah, I just got to execute.
I mean, that's all it is in the end, and it's definitely going to be an amazing thing.
Fuck yeah.
You're. That's honestly, I don't have anything else to add really. Yeah.
I guess we just wrap up on it and say, hey, we gonna see y'all. Hold on, let me see. No. Wrong one. L engineer.
Natty doesn't remember all the.
That's in the pod, baby. We fade away into the night. Love y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Good night. Yeah.